morning everyone and welcome back. We are already in the car and we are about to go somewhere. I'm not sure where we're gonna go, but we're gonna go somewhere even if it's just driving around. So I have decided to stop at one of my 100 yen shops because I needed to get some stuff. But I totally forgot to bring a mask. And yeah, they're not 100% required, but it's like a common courtesy kind of thing right now. And I'm just wondering how many looks I'm going to get, especially since I'm a foreigner and the foreigners are being blamed for the spread right now. So yeah, I have to be really quick apparently, so I might not be able to film inside, but we'll see. The store was interesting. So many people still in there. We're in the middle of the week and yeah, it's still super crowded. One good thing is I didn't see one person without a mask except for me, so that was just even more awkward. But I was doing my best to be really quick and like get out of there as fast as possible. And I went in there mainly because I'm trying to pick up some stuff because I'm actually going to try and redo my balcony. Yes, that's not a today video, but it's a video for the future that I'm really looking forward to making, and I'm really looking forward to just remaking my balcony because I really just want to do it. I will say, I feel like the older generation is having a really hard time with the concept of social distancing. They have markers on the floor, fantastic. Everyone seemed to follow it, except for this older gentleman who refused and basically lined up right behind me. And I was just like, are you serious? And none of the staff or nobody else said anything to him. And I'm just like, really? Really? And yeah. And at this particular store, they also had the plastic drapes down, which was really great. I'm so happy most of the stores now have that. Sorry if it's super loud. Traffic is still really bad. Yeah. We're not in lockdown here in Japan, so everybody is still out and about doing their daily business. Schools are still not back in session, but a lot of schools have started to send out like worksheets for students to do. And what I've heard through my other mom groups here in Japan, the worksheets last for like 30 minutes and then the kids are done with it. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, that's because the teachers don't really know what's happening. Nobody knows what's happening, especially with the education system. So, yeah. Excuse you. You don't need to be hitting the car seat. But I have decided to treat Mary and myself to some McDonald's since we are out and about. Yeah. Life is so hard for you right now, isn't it, Mary? Inside now, and one thing I got from the Daiso was this, a pizza cutter. Yay! I've been needing one for so long, and since I've started making my own pizza instead of buying it all the time, I decided it was time to actually invest in one. And I don't really call it that big of an investment. It's only $1, but it's better than nothing, right? So I'm excited to use this when we have our next pizza night. And yeah, I don't really want to show you anything else that we got from the Daiso because most of it will be used in my like makeover thing that I plan on doing. But yeah, we'll see if it turns out okay. I need to get Naoki's permission to do the flooring. The flooring for the balcony will be the most expensive thing to do. Everything else is not that bad at all. But the flooring, oh my gosh, so expensive. Like the cheapest option I could find right now is still $150 for just the flooring. Yeah, that's a little over the top, right? Am I right? but whatever. It's better than the $300, which was the original quote that I looked at, and I was like, no. But the flooring is the main thing that I really want to change out there, so we'll see. I filled her drink too full, so now it's like leaking a little bit, and yeah, now she's playing in it. Great. Are you gonna clean it up? You're so good. Thank you, Mary. Wow, thank you. Well, that was a first for her cleaning up her own mess. Maybe the future is bright for her. Okay guys, it is that time of day again, and I already need to start cooking dinner. And dinner tonight, I'm going to make meatballs. Yay! I love these meatballs that I'm going to make. Oh my gosh, so good. But before I even start the meatballs, I'm going to make some garlic knots. And I'm basically going to use my bread recipe and just make it into garlic knots. Yeah, pretty simple, right? I hope so. But if you're wondering what bread recipe I'm going to be using, I will link it down below just so that you guys have it, and then I'll show you what I do to make my garlic knots. Now, I am going to make a full batch of bread today because, one, I'm going to make garlic knots for today. Two, tomorrow I'm going to make sloppy joes, so I need a bun of some sort to put the sloppy joe on. So I need to have bread for the sloppy joe. And I'm going to have hot dogs at some point, so I need to have hot dog buns. After I have those three things made, whatever's left over from that, I'll make cinnamon rolls for like breakfast stuff. But I don't think I will have enough left over to make cinnamon rolls, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm not positive. So those of you that live in Japan and are wondering what yeast I use for my bread, I use this right here. It's actually just the 7-Eleven version, and yeah, it's really good. It's worked awesome for me, and I love it. I've used others in the past and they have not worked at all, but this one, I love it. It works fantastic. But I will tell you, the little packets inside, 3 of the packets inside makes 1 tablespoon. Yeah, so it uses a lot if you're going to make a whole recipe, and most recipes calls for a tablespoon of yeast if you're making like a full batch. So yeah, you will use a lot at one time, but there's a lot that comes in here. I'd say there is 10 packs in here. It says it right here on the bottom. Yes, there are 10 packs in here, and each packet is 3 grams of yeast. So there's that for you if you're interested. If not, oh, it's okay. Am I the only one, or does yeast smell delicious? I love the smell of yeast. I don't know why, I just do. Maybe because it reminds me of a fresh baked bread? Maybe? I have no idea. Who else out there likes the smell of yeast? I have everything ready to go. This is my yeast, and it is almost done blooming. This is my milk and my butter that has been melted. I have my flour right here, and that's everything that you'll need for this. I also put salt in here. Never put salt in your beginning stage. Always add it later, because otherwise you will kill your yeast. And you'll need around 3 to 4, maybe a little bit more, cups of flour. So make sure you always have that amount of flour to make this. Yeah. Mine might take a little bit more, I'm not sure. It really depends on the day. If it's a moist day out, it's going to take more flour. If it's a really dry day, it's going to take less flour. So it differs around the world for each individual area. So just kind of gauge it on your own. So before I add the milk and butter mixture to the yeast, I'm actually going to add 1 cup of flour to the yeast and mix that in, and then I'll add the rest of the ingredients. The main reason why I do that is because I'm really afraid of killing my yeast. Yeah. So, that fear set aside, let's get mixing. So this is what it looks like when I am done. You can touch it and it won't leave too much on your hands. This is quite dirty, but like for the most part, it's done. I'm not adding any more flour. Now, I do not take it out of the bowl and put it on a floured surface and then start kneading it. You can if you want, but it's really not necessary, especially for this type of bread that I'm making, so I don't really worry about it too much. I'm not being super technical with it. And yeah, I'm gonna cover it. I'm gonna let it set and rise for at least an hour, if not more. Maybe I'll take Mary for a walk or something and come back, and then I'll make all my breads. And we're back 1 hour later, and voila! Look at this beauty. So big. Yes, it turned out so good. Now, first, I'm going to make my Sloppy Joe buns first, because I'm only going to make, I think, 4 of those. And after that, I'll make the garlic knots, and then I'll do hot dog rolls, and then I will make my cinnamon rolls. So, let's get to it. Okay, I have my buns here all ready to be put in the oven. I am going to brush them with some egg, and I'm going to sprinkle some sesame over it just to like give it a little extra something something. Otherwise it's just like a plain bread roll. Yeah. So while the buns are cooking, I'm actually going to prepare the garlic knots. I'm going to put an egg wash on them, but I'm going to put garlic powder on top, as well as some parsley. And when they come out of the oven, I'll add butter and freshly chopped garlic and some other things, and you'll see that. So in my garlic knot topping, I have some fresh chopped garlic, I have parsley, I have basil, I have ground garlic, I have salt, and a tiny bit of pepper, just a tiny bit. Now I'm going to put butter on this and melt it all together. OMG, the buns came out so good. Look at this. And yes, they really are quite big compared to my hand. But Yes, oh my god, so good. So excited for that. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for tomorrow when we have sloppy joes. Yay! Our garlic knots are ready. Yay! They look fantastic. And now I'm going to put the melted butter and that mix over top of it. Okay, it's time to move on to my meatballs. I'm going to do ground beef only for the main meat part because that's what I have. I have 1 egg and I have 80 grams of a soft tofu here. And that's just to help give it some more body because, yeah, I like a lot of meatballs. Who doesn't like a lot of meatballs? And we're just going to mix this all together. We're going to add salt to this. Can't forget your salt, some pepper, parsley, basil, Parmesan cheese. Yes, I like to add a lot of cheese to mine just because I really like the taste of it. And fresh minced garlic. This is just 1 clove of garlic. And we're gonna give this a good mix all together. Okay, it is time to move over to your stove and we're going to make the meatballs. And I just use a spoon. I guess this is a teaspoon. It's not a big one, it's just a regular old little spoon. And I just get 1 portion of this, round it out into a ball, put it in my pan, and fry them off. That simple. Yes. I will let them simmer on low heat for quite a while until I'm actually ready to serve them, and then it's all done. Yay! I'm so happy. You can easily serve this over pasta of your choice if you want. I actually just eat them like this. I don't put them over pasta or anything. So, yeah. Let's eat. Well guys, Mary is finally asleep and I am gonna have me some drink and I'll see you guys in my next vlog. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye!